Hello and welcome to Who Dares Wolves TV. I am your host Mike B, and here we are again. So this is a sort of a break from the norm, a special report. Yeah, whatever. So today, being a Saturday and a rare Saturday I'm off, I popped down to Bournemouth, down the road from me, and went to Beachhead 2020. Which is, it's a convention that's running down a good few years down this way. I don't know how many, but it's a good, probably 5 or 6 years. Predominantly a miniatures wargamery fair, but the last couple of years they've branched out, or attempted to branch out as far as I was aware, into board games, more tabletop stuff as well as the thing. So I thought, well, as I'm off, as it's down the road, as it's nearby, I'll pop down and see what all that was about. So, before we get into that, a box came. So yes, a box came today, and here we have, let's go through this quick, is Outbreak by Richard Davis. This is Dark, I can't remember the name of the company. Dark Frontier Games. So, Richard put out a post on Facebook with some of this art for the game, zombie game, and I was like, oh, I quite like zombie games. But the art looked very cool, so I was kind of intrigued. And it's, as far as I can tell, I haven't really read much on it, but it's a cooperative game in which up to 8 players, 1 to 8 players, which would be handy for the groups I play with. Survivors holding with the hordes of the dead. So it sounds an awful lot like there is a PC game called They May Be Billions. I'm going to say it's that, which is kind of cool. It's like a RTS, real-time strategy game, where you're building a fortified structure, building a wall, because at some point there's going to be a horde of zombies, a massive horde of zombies come and attack your base. You have to survive these waves of zombies as they grow and grow until there's a lot of them. Worth a look on Steam if it's there. They are billions. I'm sure it's called that. It's good fun if you're into any of that real-time strategy games, and it's kind of cool theme. And it's the moment when like a billion zombies come flying over the border towards you. And it's worrying. But yeah, cool. So we have this. I haven't read the rules or anything on it yet, but it all looks really quite funky. It looks quite cool. Some good mini meeples and stuff in there and bits. I mean, this is all pre-production components at the moment. Some kind of cool dice, being etched dice. But yes, this is all pre-production. It's coming to Kickstarter, I believe, in a couple of months' time. I think March time. So I will be taking a look at that and getting some plays in, a couple of different scales of plays of choice of 4 players and some larger player counts. But yes, there's Outbreak. It's coming to Kickstarter, as I say, in a couple of months' time. We will be looking at this. I will be reviewing this soon. But there we go. Outbreak looks kind of cool. We like zombies, and sounds a bit different. Well, so that's that out of the way. So, whilst at Beachhead, I bumped into good old Angus from Board Game Guru. He sponsored the podcast for us and all things like that. Board Game Guru, very good site. If you've got a chance, go there. Quick ad for Board Game Guru. It's a good place to get to the special section. There's usually some good deals in the special section. But as being a local supplier to me, a local supplier for local people, I often see Angus quite regularly, and I can go down to his facilities and see him. He was there, and I weakened, as is my wont, with a small amount of arm twisting on him. I picked up Judge Dredd Helter Skelter. It's one that's been kind of on my list for a little while. Martin Wallace. It's based in Wildlands, which was the kind of an arena combat game. All of that's very nice. Wallace is cool. He's quite good for dice chuckers and stuff like that. No dice in this, I believe. What really appealed to me was the fact that it's reskinned with the Judge Dredd 2000 AD theme. We've got Slain, we've got Judge Dredd judges, we've got Nikolai Dante and Strontium Dog. All cool characters from Judge 2000 AD. So they're rethemed into this kind of temporal time distortions taking place, and these characters have been drawn into it, and you're fighting it out essentially, up to 4 players. Very cool. There's some really cool minis in there, which I may have to paint. They've been washed, but I'm tempted to paint them because I kind of like the Judge Dredd stuff. So yeah, I was drawn in by that. It looks cool. They've already announced, Osprey have announced a expansion for this, which is Dark Judges expansion. If you've read 2000 AD, you'll know what the Dark Judges are. They're very cool, bad people, and that's going to include a solo mode. So all that's kind of cool. When I eventually get to play this, I don't know. And when, if and when I do any reviewy type stuff of it, again, that's down the road. But I have this, and it's kind of cool. So that was that really. So, to the main event, which is going to be disappointing. No. So, Beachhead 2020. Been down there. This is my first time going there. I don't believe I've been there ever before. So, it was fresh new territory to me. Got there bright and early this morning, went about 10 o'clock this morning, and the wife and the small man went off into Bournemouth. Did not want to join me in the convention, shockingly. But probably best not to have a baby loose with lots of miniature stuff. And I went in. So, I have to disclaim this now. I took camera and I was filming. The intention was to film the whole event and have some lovely footage to show you. Due to me being an idiot, what I did manage to do is when the camera I thought was on, it was off, and when I thought the camera was off, it was on for the majority of the footage. So what I've shot of the main trade hall is minuscule. I've managed to find a video that was posted on the Beachhead site where there's some guys from there were filming, so I've kind of half-inched that so you can at least get an idea of the scale and size of the trade hall. It's not huge, very in comparison to anything like if you've been to UK Games Expo, it's tiny in comparison, not even a hall too big. It's very small. What I did see there, Board Game Guru were there. They were one of the rare board game actual things. There was Chord Spring had a stand, they were demoing some games. I think Asmodee were there as well, demoing some stuff. There was the Plastic Soldier Company, PSC, were there with some of their stuff. I did look at it. I would have had the video. I could look back and see it. And a few other small independent publisher types. Not much there. Traders wise, quite a few traders. I would say probably about 90% of them were trading miniature stuff, really. Either terrain, basically terrain stuff, very cool stuff, paints, and all that sort of stuff. I meant to have a proper look at some of that, and I went around and did some other stuff. Never quite caught up with it. But yeah, a bunch of that style of stuff. There was Guru were there selling board games, and there was another store at the far front. I don't know what the name of the company was who was selling them. Didn't recognise it, but they were selling an array of quite highly priced board games. So didn't buy anything from them, but they had a big range of stuff. They had paints and all sorts of stuff. I'm not sure who they were, actually, to be honest with you. But yeah, lots of stuff there. There was some cosplayers there, Star Wars cosplayers, as one of the bits and pieces. And that was mostly the hall. There was some little cars racing around, which is a real shame I'm not recorded. They were doing like remote control cars, lots of terrain stuff, as I say, and dioramas and all that sort of stuff. That was mostly what was in the main hall. So there was, as a tabletop fan and a board game junkie type as myself, not a massive amount to satisfy me, but then I did get some catch and footage, so I will pop over the top of this whatever footage I did have. Most of it will involve my feet, I think, but yeah, maybe Angus might pop up. There he is. But yeah, so that was kind of it. So what little I have is got to be overplaying the top of this, or you've seen it already. It's there, so apologies for that. But yeah, if you're, well, there was that. Well, then I'll show you what I did get. So the footage did go, and I actually did manage to record is I went into the actual gaming hall where they were playing, well, miniature fights, battles were going taking place, and that was quite a big hall. And as you'll see, it's a big hall with lots of tables and lots of games going on. There's everything from Blood Bowl, Guild Ball is on there. There's some X-Wing, 40k is clearly going on. There's some other ones. I just don't know what some of them were. Actually, some of the miniature games being played. I'm kind of out of that side of the hobby. Definitely some traditional war game miniature games being played. Yeah, so there was a lot of that. There was the Titans, the Warhammer 40k Titans, which is insane. Will be on here in a minute, or is on here now. Massive miniatures, not even miniatures, they're huge, stupid. I dread to think of the amount of actual money value of what was being played out there on the floor when I watched that. So that was kind of cool. If you're a miniatures gamer, there's that. So that's Beachhead 2020. And they did a little tiny RPG thing, but I didn't actually go into the hall to see that. But there was a little bit of RPG. Not much stalls playing RPG stuff because I was hoping to pick up some bits for the Alien RPG, but there was nothing there to get. And there was some games out the front area. They were allowing people to play games like a board game cafe type feel. So there you go. So it was at the Birmingham International Centre, if I didn't already say that at the start. BIC, it was there. It was there. The facilities-wise seemed pretty cool. It was quite spacious. It wasn't busy. It wasn't... I mean, there was probably some footfall there, but most people were locked in that room, the room of miniatures. And the main trade hall, there was bustly, but nowhere near the busyness of... something like Expo. So it was easy enough to get around on. Food, the drink available. I didn't buy anything there, but I mean, there was plenty around the facility nearby. There's within a 5-minute walk or so, there's lots of restaurants and bits and pieces. So there's kind of a lot of stuff going on. You're kind of in the middle of Bournemouth, essentially. Just to kind of review or give feedback on it, personally, would I go again? Probably not. I might go in a media capacity, possibly, if I've got it off and I can nab a pass, maybe, if they do that, just to see. There wasn't a lot for me personally. Within the space of an hour, I had walked the entire halls, filmed stuff, had a chat and seen stuff, and pretty much kind of personally for me had seen most of what that was there. I even stopped and talked to some people, and I should have probably done a bit more of that. So there's not a massive amount there for a board gamer, or if you're not miniatures based, if you're not a miniatures player, miniatures battle game player, there isn't a lot there for you, really. There's a bit. I mean, they are making moves in that direction, so hopefully maybe over the next few years it could blossom into something a bit more. Dragonmeet have kind of managed to pull that off to some degree. When I looked at that tail end of last year, of the two conventions, Dragonmeet's definitely the more tabletop friendly, but there's efforts here. So I'd be interested to see maybe as we move on if they continue this and if they can get more publishers on board there. That it's a tricky ask of where it is and location, but you never know. So there we go. That was Beachhead 2020, my special report. Special being the operative word in regards to that. That's probably it. I still haven't edited the podcast before you even ask. Don't go there. So obviously a bunch of stuff to come, which I'm not going to tease you with because I need to get around to just doing it. But yes, there you go. The Beachhead 2020, just thought I'd bring you up to date on that. That is it. Lovely and exciting. I should be playing some Clank tomorrow. Probably come close to finishing that campaign off. I've been reading through the Alien RPG book. I'm quite interested. I want some dice. I'm quite interested about maybe running a game of that. That's pretty much us. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to, share us, that'd be lovely. Go to the site whodaswars.com and you can go to the site and look at whodaswars.com. If you're feeling particularly extravagant, you could of course go to our Patreon account, which is just listed down the bottom of the page and in the links bit, you'll see there, the bit there, just look further. You can go there and you could patronise us, which is always lovely. And that's that. So thank you for tuning in. There's a bunch of content obviously out there already. Don't forget to go and check out the Alley Cats Tinderblocks and Kitten Kickstarter. It's still running at the moment. Really good value on that one. Worth a look. 20 quid buys you a couple of easy minting games. They're quite nice. Lovely. But yeah, there you go. That's us. I think that's us out. Done and dusted for the time being. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch up with you again very soon, hopefully. Cheers.
Bye.